Good morning, everyone. My name is DAYANGKU NAJLAA BINTI PENGIRAN AHSANUDDIN from St. Andrew's School. Today, I'll be sharing you a story entitled Zara's First Day. In a peaceful village in Brunei, surrounded by green hills and tall coconut trees, there lived a cheerful little girl named Zara. She had bright eyes full of wonder, a warm smile that made everyone feel happy, and a mind that loved to ask questions. Zara was kind and curious. Every morning, she would stand at the edge of the dusty road and waving as her friends walked by in their neat blue uniforms. They laughed and chatted, carrying school bags full of books and pencils. Zara watched them longingly. She dreamed of sitting at a desk, learning to read big words, solving math problems, and drawing pictures in her very own notebook. She wanted to sing the national anthem during assembly and raise her hand high when a teacher asked a question. But Zara's family didn't have much. Her father worked hard in the rice fields from sunrise to sunset. He came home tired, with sore hands and muddy boots. Her mother stayed at home, caring for Zara's baby brother and making sure there was always food on the table, even if it was just rice and fish. There was no money for a school uniform, no money for a school bag, not even enough for a notebook or pencil. So Zara stayed at home, but that didn't stop her from learning. Every day she picked up a stick and wrote letters in the dirt outside of her house. She collected fallen banana leaves and used them as pretend books, drawing little pictures on them with pieces of charcoal. Under the shade of a big mango tree, she lined up stones as her students and played the role of teacher, teaching her baby brother how to count and sing. Her mother would watch from the doorway and smile, her heart full of both pride and sadness. Then one sunny morning, something special happened. A new teacher arrived in the village. Her name was Chegumaya. She had short curly hair, glasses perched on her nose, and a voice that was gentle but full of strength. She had come all the way from the city, sent by the government to help more children in small villages get an education. As Chegumaya walked through the village, she noticed something unusual. A little girl crouched in the dirt, writing carefully with a stick, her face full of focus. She walked over and knelt beside her. "Hello there," she said with a smile. "What's your name?" Zara looked up, startled but not afraid. "I'm Zara," she whispered shyly. Chegumaya tilted her head. "Why aren't you in school, Zara?" Zara hesitated. She stared at the ground, drawing small circles in the dust with her stick. "I want to go, but my parents can't afford it. I don't have a uniform or books." Chegumaya's heart ached. She put a gentle hand on Zara's shoulder. "You are very smart, Zara, and every child has the right to learn. I'm going to help you, I promise." Zara's eyes widened. "Really?" "Really," said the teacher, smiling. The next day, true to her word, Chegumaya returned. In her hands, she carried a small blue school bag, a notebook with flowers on the cover, and 2 freshly sharpened pencils, just for Zara. She also brought good news. She had spoken with the village chief and the parents. With their help, they were opening a small classroom in the community hall, and Zara would be one of their first students. Zara's heart leapt with joy. On her very first day of school, she wore her best dress, a hand-me-down from her cousin, carefully washed and ironed. Her hair was neatly combed, and her eyes sparkled with excitement. She hugged her notebook to her chest and walked proudly to class, feeling like she was stepping into a new world. The classroom wasn't fancy, just a few benches and a blackboard, but to Zara, it was perfect. She sat in the front row and listened carefully. She learned to read her name, spell new words, count to 100, and even sing songs with her new friends. Her favorite was the song about Bintang Kecil, the little star. Zara was a fast learner. She stayed at the class to ask questions, practice her reading at home, and soon she was helping younger students with their lessons. She read bedtime stories to her little brother and even taught her mother how to write her name. One day, Chegumaya asked the class a big question. "What do you want to be when you grow up?" Children raised their hands eagerly. "I want to be a doctor," said one boy. "I want to be a pilot," shouted another. Zara stood up slowly. Her voice was clear and proud. "I want to be a teacher, like you. I want to help children who can't go to school. I want them to know they are smart too." Chigumaya smiled, her eyes shining. Years passed. Zara studied hard. She earned scholarships and went to a teacher training college in the city. She worked part-time jobs to support herself and never stopped dreaming. And one bright morning, just like the first day of school, Zara returned to her village, this time at Chiguzara. She wore a crisp blouse, carried a leather school bag, and had a heart full of hope. With the help of the community, she built a small school, a place where every child, rich or poor, could learn and dream. She remembered the little girl she once was, writing letters in the dirt, teaching her brother under a tree, and she never forgot the teacher who believed in her. Thank you for listening.